You just replaced your car battery, expecting everything to be perfect, but instead, your engine starts idling weirdly, the gear shifts feel jerky, and that stubborn check engine light is staring you right in the face. When you plug in your scanner and see the code P0603, it means your engine's brain, the powertrain control module, or PCM, has suffered a keep-alive memory error. This is not your typical limp mode where the car is trying to protect itself from a mechanical failure. This is more like your car having a sudden case of amnesia. You see, the Keep Alive memory is the part of the computer that learns your specific driving habits, monitors fuel trims, and adjusts idle parameters over hundreds of miles to make sure the car runs as smoothly and efficiently as possible. When you disconnect the battery, this memory is usually wiped clean, and the computer has to start from scratch in what we call dumb mode, using only the basic factory settings. But when this code pops up on its own, it means there is a constant interruption in the power supply that keeps that memory alive even when the key is off. This is a notorious ghost in the machine that can be incredibly frustrating to track down because it is often purely electrical. The absolute first thing you should do is inspect your battery terminals for any white crusty corrosion or loose connections that might be causing tiny, millisecond-long power drops. Even a slightly loose ground strap or a corroded fuse in the main power box can trigger this. Another sneaky culprit is the alternator. If it is leaking alternating current ripple into the system, it can create electrical noise that fries the delicate memory circuits in the PCM. A great pro tip is to run the car with the alternator belt off for a minute just to see if the code clears, though you should only do that on a cold engine for a very short time. You also need to look at the wiring harness that carries the Keep Alive power, often labeled as KIP-AR. If that wire is chafing against a sharp metal bracket or is hidden in a spot where water can pool up and rot the copper, you will get this code every time. In many Chrysler and Dodge vehicles, this code is a classic sign of an internal computer failure, but before you spend a fortune on a brand new brain for your car, make sure your ignition system is not leaking high voltage. Cracked spark plug wires or a failing ignition coil can throw electromagnetic interference into the harness, faking a memory error. Always check for software updates from the manufacturer first, because a simple dealership reflash is often the cure for these digital headaches without having to turn a single wrench on the engine.